Hello, my dear kids. Do you see that picture? It seems like someone doing an experiment, but something's wrong happened. So, for this topic, you will learn about science room rules. Here, I compile everything about science room rules for standard 5 and standard 6. So, the things that you need to adhere during, before, and after doing an experiment in science room rules, so that the things like this picture never gonna happen to you. Okay, let's go to the science room rules. These rules is applied for you before you entering the science room, during you doing experiment in the science rooms, and after or before you leave the science room. So what should you do? The first thing is, before you enter the science room, you need to ask permission from the teachers. Without permissions, don't get into the science room because you're not gonna know what happened. Okay? Ask the teacher's permission. If your teacher say, "Okay, class, you can get in," yes, you can get in. But before that, before you get into the science room, make sure you left your bag outside. Just bring your books and necessary stationery. Okay? Next, once you enter the science room, you need to open the windows and switch on the fan for a clean air circulations. This one for you, this step is for you to not inhale any chemicals vapor from the science room, for example. Next, carry out the activity according to the teacher's instructions. Don't do your own experiment. Okay? Everything need to be followed by the teacher's instructions. Okay? If you just do your own experiment, the teacher don't know what the things you put into your experiments. If something happen, what you want to say? Next, this one is for those girls that have a long hair. Girls has long hair. Okay? So the long hair needs to tied up when doing an experiment. This is to avoid any incidents. We don't want your hair to get burned. We don't want your hair to get spilled by any chemicals. Okay? Next, light up the Bunsen burner using a lighter. Okay, a lighter. Don't use a match, or maybe you use a paper, because we don't want, if the paper is still burning and then you throw it into the paper dustbin, it can make a fire. There might be a fire happen. Okay? Yes. So that's why if we have something that burning, we need to wet it first before we dispose it into the waste paper basket, because we don't want any fire or burning happen in the science room. Next, do not smell or touch any substance without the teacher's permissions. Don't just get into the science room. Okay, teacher, what is this? You touch it. What is this? You touch it. Some chemicals are corrosive, and then it might make your hands hard, get rashes. Next, dispose the liquid waste into the sinks while the tap water is running. Dispose the solid waste into waste paper basket. Okay, so every type of chemicals or waste need to dispose at a specific place. Okay, don't put liquid waste into the paper basket, or don't put any solid waste into the sink. What happened? The sink might clog. Okay. Next, first aid kits should be well equipped and easily seen. This one is whenever there is an accident happen, the first aid kit, okay, so it's there. It's easily seen, well equipped. So if there is any accidents happen, so you can treat it first. Okay, just treat it before we bring to the someone that's supposed to treat you. Okay, just this is the emergency one. Okay, well equipped. And then this is important. If there is accidents, injuries, or damage happen, report immediately to the teachers or the lab assistants. Tell them, don't be afraid. Usually the students are really afraid to tell the teacher if there is any accidents. Maybe they broke something, or maybe their hands get injured, but they're afraid to tell the teacher. Why? They're afraid the teacher will scold them or get mad to them. Don't worry. If the teachers get mad, you just get mad. But if your hands get hurt and then it's not being treated, can you imagine if something's happened? It's need to be treated. Okay, don't afraid with your teacher. She's still human. She cannot do anything to you. Next, use the first aid kit with the help of with the help from the teachers. Okay, don't do it by yourself. If you're afraid to tell the teachers and then you use the first aid kit by yourself, just let the teachers know. Let the teachers help you. Don't worry. Okay? Next, throw rubbish into the dustbin. This one is before you left the science room. You need to clean it. You need to throw the rubbish into the dustbin. You need to swipe the floor, arrange the stool, and clean up the science room before leaving. This is your attitude. You cleaned up everything. You use it. You clean it. Okay? That's it. The science room that you need to adhere. Follow before, during, and after. And this is the one that you do not do in the science room. For example, playing and running in the science room. Don't ever do this. How if any accidents happen, you're running and playing, pop, you fell down. And then eating or drinking in the science room. Even though you felt very thirsty, maybe you could ask permission from the teachers. And teacher, can I go out for a drink? I'm really thirsty. You put your drink outside at your bag. Just maybe teachers can understand. Okay, you can go out and drinks and get into the lab again. Okay, but do not bring any drink or food inside the science room. Eating in there also cannot. Next, bringing out science apparatus without the teacher's permissions. Okay, this is important. Once you think, oh, this test tube is very cute, I want to keep it, put it in the pocket and bring it out. Don't do that. Itu harta kerajaan. Okay? Don't bring out science apparatus without the teacher's permissions. If the teacher, okay, you can bring out this science apparatus outside because we want to do the experiments outside. Yes, you do. But if you want to take it and keep it for yourself, don't do it. It's wrong. Totally wrong. And lastly, touching, smelling, or placing any substances into the mouth without teacher's permission. Okay, you might not know that things can harm you or not. Maybe you just say, I think that it smells good. I think it really tastes very good. Put it on your tongue and taste it. It's not a good idea. Don't do that. Okay? And do you got something? I hope you got something. So thank you for listening. Remember to like and subscribe. Cikgu Dila. Bye. See you in the next videos.